I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. When you don't know what to have for dinner, we're here with fresh inspiration. Today, we're double dipping into the Dinner DeeAs archive to bring you our favorite meals from Michelin winners. From a family recipe for meatballs to simple steamed fish. Even how to do taco night like a pro. We've shared over 150 meal ideas so far on Dinner DeeAs, and all this week we're taking a look back at some of our favorites. Today, we have a trio of dinners from winners, Michelin winners. The Michelin Restaurant Guide, yeah, it's by the tire people who started in France a century ago to help sell tires and get motorists driving to new restaurants. Now famous the world over, they added Florida in 2022, and 3 Tampa area restaurants picked up awards in the 2024 Michelin Guide ceremony. We'll meet chefs from all 3 in this show. First up, Chef Ebby Vollmer was awarded a coveted Michelin star for his Tampa restaurant, Ebby. The Swedish chef was praised by Michelin inspectors for clever and confident cooking, and he joined us to share a family recipe for his grandma's, what else? Swedish meatballs.
You have to start soaking the breadcrumbs and, well, soak it up with a little bit of milk to get it going. You want that to become soft. And then, important part is the beef and the pork meat. We need some secret spice, which is just for you. Allspice and cloves.
Okay, so it brings out a nice little bit of warmth behind this then.
And it's nothing like Italian meatballs, which is big and garlic and parsley and stuff in it. But this is the Scandinavian version. 2 pinches. I don't know how much that will be, but it will let us know if it's enough.
All right.
If you could help me to chop the onions up.
I'd love to.
1.5 should be about the right amount.
Okay.
And I will go for an egg in there as well. So the whole trick is to find the right consistency of the meatballs.
Now, is this a good cut for you? Do you like it a little bit finer?
Well, it's a good start, but try to make it even finer.
Go even finer for you. Okay. Yes, chef.
If it's too big of a lump, it will make the meatballs break up.
Okay.
Amateur mistake. We don't want that to happen.
We don't want that to happen. Come on now.
Absolutely not.
Not with a Michelin star chef right next to me. Now, did I do this all right? Is this a good cut?
It's good enough for TV. Let's say it like that.
Okay. All right.
That's good. That's a good start.
Now, what do we do with these onions?
So we're going to sweat them off a little bit in a little bit of butter.
Okay.
Because if we put them in raw from the beginning, they will break up the meatballs.
Do Swedes like butter as much as Americans like butter?
Well, I think we like it even more. My grandmother always forced me to pan fry a small piece on the side just to see it sticks together and taste it and see the seasoning is right.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm making one for you as well.
Oh, thank you.
We just use it there. See how that comes out. You spend so much time making them nice and small, and then they come out tasting less than you want to.
Yes.
This is a good time and it's fairly easy to adjust the seasoning at this time as well. Well, now we have the first one going.
Wonderful.
Just to see how it's a little bit too warm to.
I'm going for the smells because of everything that you were tasting about.
So pinch more salt. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think that you're right on the mark.
All right, that's good.
All right. Now this comes the fun part. Now we get to go into the forming part of it all.
Absolutely.
What was that experience like with your grandmother and seeing her using her hands? Because food is so incredible that you get to use every bit of your heart, your body to come through in a dish.
Absolutely. And the big thing is I'm coming from a restaurant family. So our first restaurant, I think we opened 1948. I wasn't taught by cooking in a home kitchen. My grandmother taught me at the restaurant. We never cooked 5 portions or 10 portions. We cooked 110 portions all the time.
Yeah.
Little trick, on the tray, put a little bit of water. It makes the meatballs doesn't stick.
Okay.
It will cook off anyway later on. Make them like that. If they're any bigger,
So we're just going to go into a hot pan, just a little bit of butter.
A little bit of butter, not too much. They don't really soak up, so you can be generous with the butter, make it easier to caramelize them. Now we made them. This is a classic. They start small here, and the further you go, the bigger they become. But we made it good anyway. So.
I was following your lead.
It was me as well. So I'm not just giving you the blame for it, but look, they're coming out perfect. You
Wonderful.
See? Lovely color. You're hired. We can do. We can do them.
I'll come back around and just see what's going on with these ones here and make a little flip.
Can't really mess it up from here. Don't worry, they're coming out nice. The color is perfect.
Okay.
And I don't want the pale ones. I want the caramelized.
You want a nice caramelized. You want a nice little crust. I see I get your style, chef.
Flavor. It's what we're after.
You got it.
As always.
This tastes amazing. Now, knowing that this is Grandma's recipe, okay?
Yeah.
And here we are in America doing this. Does it live up to her standards?
I think so, absolutely. I think we got it right with the allspice and the cloves. The cranberry really have the tartness I'm looking for. The cucumber is nice and crisp, and the tomato is a nice condiment to it as well.
Find the video for the full episode with Chef Abby and grab the recipe at our website, dinnerdeas.com. It's worth watching just to see how he does his mashed potatoes. After the break, meet the other Tampa chef awarded a Michelin star in 2024 as he shares his simple and quick way to steam fish. Ahead on Dinner Dias. Welcome back to Dinner Dias. We're double dipping into the archive every day this week for second helpings from some of our favorite chefs. Today, a menu of Michelin meals. We're showcasing local chefs recognized by Michelin Guide inspectors in 2024. Before the break, we made Swedish meatballs with an actual Swedish chef, Ebby Vollmer, whose restaurant Ebby earned a Michelin star. The other local recipient of the much coveted star was Kozen, an omakase restaurant in Tampa. Chef Wei Chen joined us to share a simple and quick way to steam fresh fish. What type of fish do we have here?
That's the red snapper.
Red snapper.
Yes, that's a red snapper. We already removed.
Now you caught this yourself earlier today.
So we already removed.
But an easy fish to find?
Yeah, you can go any Asian supermarket.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one very easy. And
Okay.
Yep, we already removed the scale and the guts also.
Okay.
So that's the super fresh. So we chop the head off.
And we're just going to chop the head off. How much would this serve? How many people?
That can, for me it's a whole 4-5 people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so we've got the fish head. Now you can use that and use that for a beautiful stock, right?
We can do the for soup.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay. So we got the head off.
And then a little bit slide from the back. Because of that's very thick.
Yeah.
So we need to cut it a little bit. Let the air steam go through very fast. 2 slices.
So you've got these beautiful slits. What are you going to put inside it then?
Just ginger.
Okay.
2 slices ginger. And scallion. Already got garlic. The water is ready.
Now most people at home are thinking, hey, if I'm going to make fish, I'm going to, pan sear it. I'm going to grill it possibly. I'm going to put it into the oven. No. We're steaming it.
Yes.
But you put what? Just a nice little bit of
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's water. A little bit that's just water.
Okay. But then you had a little bit of a base to go above, and then
Yes.
you put the plate right over that base.
Yes.
And the purpose for that is so that way then it doesn't create any of the water.
Water
So you're
inside.
separating water from the actual surface area.
Yes.
Okay.
We just need the steam to cook the whole fish through. Cover.
And the ginger and everything just right on top of the skin.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. Very simple, easy. You can make it home.
And then we're just going to let that
leave
lid be
down
on.
for 8 minutes.
Moment of truth. Oh. Wow. Now there's a little bit of water here on the plate. We went in dry. Is that going to be a problem or anything?
That's come from full fish. It's okay.
So that's just the moisture that's cooking out from the fish?
Yes.
Okay.
With trash the garlic, ginger.
Okay, so we don't need any of that. We can throw all that
the
away.
Garlic, ginger, yes.
Okay.
Remove to the bigger plate.
absolutely quick. That was what, 8 minutes that we steamed that for?
8 minutes. So get some the sauce we just made.
And that's just a little bit of soy sauce?
Soy and dashi.
And what is that then?
Dashi, that's mean made from a fish. Like
Okay.
a fish broth.
Where would you find that?
The fish we can get from Asian store.
Okay.
That's the dry fish.
So you can find that at the local Asian market?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the.
And what's that going on there?
Julienne scallion.
Okay, so just a little bit of julienne scallions. And what's that?
That's the red pepper.
And that's just red pepper.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So we got a hot oil.
And then we've got hot oil. Now we didn't cook with this. This is just now being ladled slowly over it. You know, so many people get turned off by the idea of whole fish, but it's cost effective and economical. You have everything. I mean, we literally could make this in the house. We used a Dutch oven to steam the fish.
That's, we just use hot water to steam it.
That's it.
Yeah, easier.
Find the full episode with Chef Wei Chen and grab the recipe for his easy steamed fish at dinnerdeas.com. He even made a dessert for us and a cucumber salad. When we come back after the break, how to take your Taco Tuesday to the next level with tips and tricks from another chef loved by Michelin Guide inspectors ahead on Dinner Dias. Welcome back to Dinner Dias. You're going to need a bigger plate today as we share multiple meals from chefs who've been recognized by the renowned Michelin Restaurant Guide. Before the break, we cooked up steamed fish in less than 10 minutes with Chef Wei Chen from Tampa's Cozen, who were awarded a Michelin star in 2024. Stars aren't the only recognition that Michelin inspectors can give to restaurants. They also look out for us regular folks with their Bib Gourmand. Great food at a great value. And Tampa's Streetlight Taco earned one in 2024. Their chef Michael Brannick joined us to share his tips for elevating your next Taco Tuesday.
We have some orange juice, more of the Mexican oregano. This is chicken base, so dried chicken base, super essential ingredient in Mexican cooking. Worcestershire, or salsa inglesa as it would be called there. And then here we have the chili pepper coming back into play.
Okay.
This is some adobo from chipotle peppers.
Okay.
So going to be some smoky notes here. Not too spicy, but I really wanted it here for a little bit of smokiness.
Okay.
And up next we have some guajillo adobo. The same pepper we used in the other, the salsa there. Here we've just boiled these peppers and pureed them after we deseeded.
Wow.
So this is just a nice paste from that guajillo pepper. Again, you can see the super red color.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Love to see that. It's going to transfer nice to our chicken.
Look at that.
All right. And we're going to blend this together. There's nothing here to break down because we've already kind of done that.
It's all in
And
that
we're
liquid
just
form.
mixing it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
All right. So our chicken, we're ready to marinate.
And now we're using chicken thighs for this one here.
Yeah, I mean,
Bone in, bone out.
These are boneless, skinless
Okay.
chicken thighs. So what better flavor
Oh, it's the best.
than a thigh can bring? So I'm just going to add some of our marinade.
And how much marinade will you use for the chicken?
Well, I'm just going to start gently here because I don't want it to soak up too much.
Okay.
You can't have too much salt, too much marinade. I like to pour a little bit on and kind of flip these around a bit.
So you get a little bit of movement behind everything to know exactly where you're at versus just pouring it all in,
Exactly.
letting it swim in it.
Because of course we don't want to pour that in and then waste it because we've spent this time getting everything together. But I've got them covered and you can see.
Okay. So
Just
really
a
a nice little bit of a coating and just a little bit extra.
Definitely.
And how long will this marinate for?
We're looking at 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
If you can do longer, it's not going to hurt it.
Okay.
Make it a little bit better, but that's a good sweet spot.
Now we've got to start cooking this whole
Yeah, we
bad boy.
wanted to have time to get that flavor into the chicken. We're just gonna get these going right across that.
That's like the best sound right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it smells good too, right?
Oh, it smells absolutely out of this world fantastic. Because you cook with your senses and everything's just activating right now. How long will these grill for?
Usually 6 to 8 minutes. We'll monitor from there.
All right, how do we get this bad boy plated?
Well, we have our guac. I'm going to spread on our tortillas. These are corn tortillas. I just like to use the backside of my spoon and do it that way.
Now, what's your preferred way of having the tortilla? You like it heated? You like it cold? Out of the, what's going on there?
Yeah, usually we're pressing along all shift, and so they're always warm. So
Okay, so a warm
nice little
tortilla.
holder, some towels, but definitely warm it up. Chicken's going to go on next. And cilantro, onion.
Look at that. Oh yeah.
And some salsa roja.
And that's salsa roja.
I'm a left side taco kind of guy first.
You're the left side taco? You work left to right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going right to left then.
All right.
I'm going opposite
Have a
ends.
taste.
Deal. What are you tasting?
Well, guac creaminess, you get the crunch of the onion, cilantro moves in, chicken marinade, and then that spice from the salsa roja finishes off for me.
Oh, that marinade is everything.
Yeah, it pulls in a lot of flavors. We've got seared, we've got fresh, we've got boiled, simmered, a lot. That's what I love about Mexican food. You have a lot of long cooking processes with super fresh ingredients.
Find the recipes and our full episode with Chef Michael Brenning at DinnerDeeAs.com, including his salsa from scratch and how he does his guacamole. When we come back, one last mention for a Michelin-worthy meal ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. We're double dipping our way through the Dinner Diaz archive today, making meals with restaurants recognized by the legendary Michelin Guide. As we mentioned earlier, Michelin has been awarding Tampa chefs since 2022 when they gave a bib gourmand to Rooster in the Till. Chef Martin De Jesus joined us to share his take on short ribs. All right, so we started searing our short ribs there. And so you look for a nice little bit of a crust, that color of caramelization coming through, nice little bit of some oranges and some brown. How long would this take to really cook through?
It's going to take about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours in the oven. Really, at the end of the day, the meat's going to tell you when it's done, but just until it falls apart and it's super tender. Yeah, if you can give me a large dice on the onions.
Okay.
These are all just aromatics to help season the meat and the actual liquid, because we are going to use the braising liquid as part of the final dish at the end. Yeah, perfect. Just nice and large.
Just a large.
Yep.
Okay.
At the end of
And
it,
you want
it's
the
all
whole
going to
onion?
get strained out. Yes, please. And then here in a second, once the bottom's nice and seared, we'll introduce the garlic, the onions, the carrots and the celery, the tomato juice, and we have a little bit of the beef stock.
Okay. And this all vegetables going to go on all together?
Yes.
You're okay with that? Okay.
Yep, perfect.
All right.
They're all going to the same place.
Did I do a good job with the chopping for you?
perfect.
All right. Sounds like a plan. And no tears. no cleanest to go. Is this ready to go
Yeah,
into
we
it?
can go right in there.
Okay. You like to go on the sides? You like to go on top?
All around.
All the way around. So we're just going to kind of put this there like so. Boom. Okay.
We've got 10 cloves of garlic over here. Well, 5 cloves of garlic over here. We'll introduce that in there along with the 2 liquids.
It looks like everything's coming together here, but what have we added since the garlic?
So some juice from some San Marzano tomatoes. We'll introduce the actual San Marzanos in the end. An amazing tomato product gets picked at its height and canned in Italy. And then some of the beef braise, actually beef braise from the last batch that we cooked.
So if you don't have a beef braise ready available at the house,
some beef stock. You can use vegetable stock. I mean, if you really had to, you could use water. The beef and the vegetables are going to impart so much flavor along with the tomato juice that it's not going to hurt anything.
And this goes straight into the oven.
This goes straight into the oven just as is, 300 degrees for 3 to 4 hours. This is where it all comes together. So already I have a little bit of oil and some minced garlic in the pan. And at this point, we're going to introduce our chopped up San Marzanos.
Okay.
This is where we got the San Marzano juice from earlier for our braise.
You can really start smelling it too.
Yeah, and this is where we're also going to start getting the short rib in. I like to cut a large dice on the short rib so it's all going to break up in the pan.
We took it out, we diced it up. Now it's ready to go into our pan there.
So at this point, we will add our gnocchi in as well.
Nice.
And then we have our braising liquid that was thickened with a lot of roux. So at this point, roux, just a mixture of flour and butter, really just so the whole dish can come together and become one.
Okay.
So we're gonna add that in. So just to go ahead and finish it, now that it's nice and hot, we're gonna hit it with a bunch of parsley, a good amount of salt, always salt to taste. At the end of the day, I mean, you determine how much salt's perfect for you.
Perfect.
And then we will hit it with some butter and just let the butter melt or just melt together on its own.
Nice.
Stir that all together.
Nice. Look at all that come together.
And then as soon as that butter's melted, we'll put it on the plate and hit it with its garnishes.
The flavors on this, dude.
Yeah, the beef, the tomatoes, the gnocchi are so light and delicate, and then just the fresh cheese and the pickled peppers really cut through the rest of it.
Find that full episode and grab the short rib recipe at dinnerdeas.com. Scan the QR code we have down there on the screen to find us. And if you make any of the dishes that we've been sharing today, we want to see how it turns out. Send us a photo and give us a follow at facebook.com/dinnerdeas. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching and see you next time with more Dinner Deas.